We are live.
Hey,
I got
everybody.
a hey, I got a super special guest here with us out of Texas. I met her about a month and a half ago now. Actually, 2 months ago, I think 2 months ago. Um, Now, and I instantly knew that she was going to be a badass. And she filled a room full of people. And I was just down in Texas checking out a new company that we're with. So, Tosha, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Um, yeah, so anybody that doesn't, sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's been a long day. So I'm just like crushing coffee. But for anybody that doesn't know me, my name's Andrew. I run a team out of Colorado and Florida. We did 600 transactions over the last 4 years, 200 million in volume, and 3.5 plus million in GCI and commissions paid out to ourselves or our agents. So that's a lot of families served. That's a lot of commission for our agents. But I just do the quick intro. I want to talk about Tosha. Tosha, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. Don't worry. I know exactly how you feel. We're always multitasking.
Oh, and we're gonna get to that because you're like a serial entrepreneur. So tell us a little bit about how you got into real estate, how you became an arms dealer, how you. I want everybody to know that you just do all these things. So you're a mom, a
Yes.
realtor. You run like the Asian Council. I don't want to misspeak.
The Asian Real Estate Association of America. I'm the vice president, the incoming president for 2024. I'm an author. I own a travel agency. I own a water company. And gosh, I know there's at least two other things that I own.
And you can sell guns.
Yes, I do. So I used to work for a gun company, STI International, and then I branched off with what somebody I partnered with, and we made Force Productions, which is a different gun company out in Liberty Hill. But yeah, so I got into real estate on accident. My father was a chiropractor, and my mom always says I take after my dad because he was a chiropractor by trade. He has a master's degree, PhD degree, but he owned several different companies. He owned a few gas stations, insurance company, used car dealership. He was a broker, and he flipped homes.
That's a
And
lot of stuff.
he owned. Oh, I own a renovation company too. That's another one. So my dad also owned a renovation company.
Mic drop.
How I got into it. I actually had divorced and I had left my husband, and my father let me live in all of his vacant houses if in exchange for working on them, right? And so I learned very quickly how to renovate a house. And then eventually he was like, all right, they're done. Help me market them. So I was like, okay, I'm 14 years old. At the time I was 15 years old. So I was like, okay, how do you do this? And back then it was, the green sheets, newspapers, Craigslist,
Right.
um, things like that. I actually didn't even have Facebook. I don't even know if Facebook was around back then, but I wasn't very active in social media or online digital marketing, rather, right? So we bought billboards, and then he likes to own everything, so he ended up buying the small billboard, and we owned it, and then we started leasing that out. So that's kind of how I got into real estate in the beginning. I got my background in it. I never got my license at that. I wasn't old enough at that point to get my license.
Yeah.
I ended up working for a gun company, branched off, started a gun company myself. I opened a bar with a few partners. We owned that for a few years. And at the same time, I was running those two companies. I worked for Rooms to Go. That was my bread and butter because I always like to have multiple streams of income, just like my dad, you know.
Yeah.
And I was always worried about running out of money. So if I always have different streams of income coming in, I don't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah.
Which leads me to LPT. But so, anyways, I I was selling furniture to a broker, Mark Minshew, who owned the number one real estate company in Austin, Texas at the time. And I had heard about it, but I didn't know he was the broker owner of it. And he was like, "What are you doing selling furniture?" He's like, "You're too good. You need to sell houses." And I had kids young. I worked for my dad. I dropped out of high school. So all I had was a GED and a lot of kids and a lot of bills. But I had the entrepreneurial spirit like my father did, right? I knew how to form an LLC. I knew how to call his attorney and be like, all right, we're going to do this company. Send me the articles of incorporation. Let's get started marketing it. I didn't have any proper education though. So I was like, I don't know if I can get my real estate license because all I have is GED. And he's like, some of the realtors, some of the best realtors are the ones who never went to college and they dropped out of high school. The ones with a college degree, they overthink everything, and they end up not doing well. And so he's like, just go get your license, get to work. And so I did. I didn't go work for him though. I ended up working for
Why not?
his company charged too many fees. They took a 30% commission off the top plus monthly desk fees and all this. And the way I interpreted the license is the broker worked for me. And so if I'm paying you to work, then you work for me. What are you going to provide to me? I'm not going to office. I'm not going to sell anything there. Everybody is already a realtor at that office. Yeah. So I would sit with a sign outside of Starbucks, and I would go to all these different events, and I would just pass out my business card to let them know I'm a realtor. And that's how I got all my first clients, all my first investors 15 years ago. I still work with today by doing that. And never paid over 10% in commissions to any broker until now. Yeah. But it's because of the residual income that comes in from it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we're just going to jump right into it. We're just going to skip all the BS. So I got to ask.
BS right? Anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's not BS. Like you and I could probably conversate about a bunch of stuff, bring a bunch of value to anybody that's going to watch this. But I want to get to like the reason why, because I'm sure you've seen other companies like LPT's model, right? I mean, I think we're the only one that's the hybrid that brings the agent first. It's really, truly agent centric with all the marketing and tools and stuff like that. But I'm sure you've been approached by other ones, those other guys, right? What made you make the switch now to LPT versus going with an EXP or a Real or Keller Williams? They don't really have the model. I mean, it's kind of dead over there, but yeah.
Well, so to answer that question, I'll back up a little bit. I run a team of agents. We're Team Jade, and they kind of put me to the test about a year and a half ago. And none of them were really happy with the brokers that we were with. Because I was the only one in the company who received any revenue share, and they didn't receive anything, right? Half of them wanted to only focus on selling real estate. The other half wanted revenue share, and they wanted to build a team like I did. We interviewed at all the top brokerages, eXp Realty. They really sought us out. Keller Williams too, Real Broker. All the big ones did. However, every time I brought them to my agents, there was something that 50% or not all of them were on board with, and I just made a promise to them that they're the ones that I'm looking out for, and they're the ones who pay my bills, basically. They take all my Zillow leads, they do all the work, basically. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy, right? So we're not.
I love that you said that, because you took the responsibility role as a broker. Like you are seeking, right? Like they pay you, so you work for them. And
exactly.
That's how every business owner should operate. A lot of us think our agents, we expect our agents to work as hard as us. We expect our employees to work they don't own the company.
Yes.
We work for them to make it a great work.
Everything to them.
I love that. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but
no, cut me off anytime. I will ramble on forever. But so until we found a brokerage where all of them were happy with, we weren't going to switch, right? And so, I mean, they really put me to the task. I mean, that company just did not exist in the state of Texas. And then I heard about LPT Realty. The only problem was it wasn't in the state of Texas yet. So I flew all the way out there to meet Robert Palmer. I went to that dinner, met all of you guys, and then talked to him. And I was basically like, I love the concept. I love the idea, but you guys aren't in Texas yet. What do we got to do to get you guys out here? He's like, bring me 150 agents. So we launched December 1st, and we haven't looked back, and we're just growing ever since. It's the only hybrid brokerage that fit 100% of all the agents' models. So whether you're a agent who just wants to focus on selling real estate and that's it, you don't want a team build, you don't want passive income, you can just go on the 100% model. And if you want to go ahead and start team building and build that passive income so you can will to your kids or leave a legacy behind, you have that option as well. And then you can always have that flexibility to bounce back and forth. And I'm someone who's all about control. And so this was
you don't say the control. Yeah. Okay.
I hide that well. I know. This was the only brokerage where where they supported the agent. And it was more about it was more agent centric and more about the agent's brand, in my opinion, than any other brokerage had been. All the other companies, they want their name front and center. They want the broker out there. And even on their sign writers, they would even have the phone number for the office on your listing, right? Whether that was a generated lead from the office or your own personal lead, it had to be their phone number. I like this company because they want you front and center. They want your phone number on that sign and your face plastered everywhere. They want to give you a billboard. I've spent thousands on billboards over the years. Everybody knows me in Texas because I'm always all over the place, right? So finally, I find a company where they're like, let me take the bill for that. Like, you still do it. You're still going to be front and center, but we're going to handle the bill for you. I mean, I have several books out. I mean, I do everything. So to have somebody who's going to take some of that load off of my back is huge. Finally, I have a company that supports me in return of me supporting my agents.
Yeah. And I do want to talk about something you said, the hybrid model. So, that $5,000 cap, there is a lot of rewards still to the $5,000 cap because you can, for one, you have smaller transaction fee, right? You can still earn stock and you can still attract agents. And just by you selling more real estate, the company's going to help you attract. Yeah. So you could get that residual income because let's be real, 8 to 12% of any recruiting company actually recruits. Real, EXP, probably going to be here too. Like, we're not going to be some anomaly, right? Yeah. However, we are going to be an anomaly because our company is helping those agents earn that residual income.
We're definitely an anomaly. I've never seen a brokerage with a mentality like this, to be honest. This is everybody says they're the next best company, that they're revolutionary. This is the only one that actually lives up to that model.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Real Brokerage, and they have a cool logo. I know some amazing agents over there.
Me too.
But it was really no different than EXP.
Yes.
I was like, here they completely EXP changed the game at Keller Williams, like what Keller Williams did. Mm-hmm. This one kind of just did a 180 and was like, nope, we're changing that again. And I think the way our owners and executives and everybody is thinking, they're already 10 steps ahead, just like every other innovator company. So I'm pretty excited. So how's your journey been so far? Because I know you and I are pretty active in some WhatsApp groups. I know you're basically probably consulting for the company in Texas a little bit, helping them build out systems, processes, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Agent centric. So what's that been like? And I also want to talk about your recruiting and revenue share, how it's been versus attracting, because it's been pretty easy for you, it seems like.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm the mentor for the state of Texas, and I'm working or helping them develop the training program according to the Texas real estate laws here. I also am helping running my agents. Team building has never been the easiest. LPT will literally pay for your rallies and all your networking events if you want them to. I have a strong relationship with my own local sponsors. And so I have them sponsor my events, but it's nice knowing that if for some reason I didn't have a sponsor, then my own brokerage would have my back, because at the end of the day, I'm benefiting them too by putting these on. And my agents, who is very interesting, because the ones who started off saying that they did not want a team build, they only want to focus on selling real estate and that's it, they are recruiting the most agents. And I'm like, how did that happen? You just became an entrepreneur. Thank God that you're taking the reins and you're taking control over your own business, because before they didn't see it as their own business. At all the other brokerages, they saw it as a job, And in real estate, this is truly your company. This is your brand. If you get up and you do nothing, you're going to have zero results. If you get up and you're work, guess what? Magically, you're going to have the best luck and you're going to have all these listings and all these closings, but it takes you taking action, and I've never seen my agents more motivated to take control.
Yeah. I mean, you and Damian, I know, has been running out there. I know you guys got some other big hitters out there. You guys are attracting them to do that, though. You guys are creating that momentum, and they're just hitching their wagon to y'all, right? It is
together, yeah.
It is contagious, right? like say I was in a market with you and I didn't like to recruit, but I saw you recruit. I'm competitive. I'm be like,
Yes.
man, I love working with Tosha, but she ain't gonna outwork me on this. So, and we
Yeah.
have like a friendly competition. So that's kind of like how it works, right? The one percenters never want to leave the 1%, right?
Exactly.
And the people below them, they start to see that and they don't want to be last. So you get
Yes.
the Slinky effect,
You
and
get
it
the
creates,
FOMO.
yeah, and you get this healthy competition going. I love it.
Yeah, no, I do too, and that definitely does spur competition. Whether I mean, but it is healthy. Whether it's I recruited 5 agents today, and you recruited 7. Now that gives me a
Is
goal.
that actual numbers? Is that
Yeah.
actual?
I mean, it's always ongoing. Recruiting is a constant. So I would say just always just your ABCs always be closing, and that's with agents, that's with buyers, and that's with sellers.
Yeah, somebody's going to get closed, either you or them. So someone's
Exactly.
always getting closed. Yep.
Don't get sold.
Yeah. So the agent attraction part, it's been pretty simplistic, right? People love the hybrid model. People love that they can get ground floor on something, stock, revenue share, all that jazz. But what do you see from the real estate side, like the marketing? Let's talk about that a little bit. I know you touched on the billboards, but have you had any success with the listing power tools or any agents that have? I just did a video on it today, so that's why it's on my brain.
Yeah. So I actually I went to a listing appointment actually just 2 days ago. I just got back from another one yesterday, and I brought my power pack. And so the first client, she just went ahead and gave me the listing right away, and she didn't even meet with the other agents because she didn't think they're going to have anything as marketable as what I already came with, right? And she was impressed right away. I've already ordered my signs. It's going to come with a sign writer. I showed her all the marketing materials we're going to send out on her behalf, and she's like, I have zero expectations from a realtor, but you already blew me away just with the marketing material. I mean, these are free materials that you get with every single listing. And I've already, put in the order, and I was blown away with the fact that I didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I mean, so the last couple of years, and I keep stressing this in all my videos because I want to let people know, like the last 2.5 years or 3 years of selling real estate was not realistic. Like people need to get out of that mindset, and they need to start like telling themselves like, hey, it's not going to be like that ever again, or maybe not in our lifetime, or maybe it is, but it's a long time away. That the listing power pack box brings you back to the basics. If you use every single piece of item out of that box, and you door knock and you go out and you pass out cards, like you said, how you built your business from the ground up, you're going to create more relationships through that box than having to go figure out how to develop it yourself and then go to a print shop and then you're going to spend more time trying to create the stuff than you are talking to anybody.
And all the money. So that really reduces your ROI. I mean, one thing that I really liked when I did go and meet with Robert Palmer at that dinner was that power pack, was that box, because everything in that box is something that I'm usually spending a few $100s per, I mean, just like now per listing, right? And I mean, I'm putting out these flyers, I'm putting out door hangers on top of digital marketing, boosting Facebook, posts. And if they're willing to just hand me the first half of my marketing materials, why not take advantage of that? I mean, it's already my ROI is already increased by just a marketing budget alone.
Yeah. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit from real estate and LPT. So let's talk about time management, right? Because a lot of people, they say, like, I know you and I both have irons in the fire, different places, right? Like real estate is a focus, but we also have other focal points, right? Yeah. So how do you time management? Because sometimes I get the objection, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or I got things going on, or I just don't have the time to do it. So you just listed off like 9 businesses you own or run. Yeah. So how do you manage your time? Is it all built through I just want to hear how you do it, because hopefully it'll help me, because sometimes I feel ragged.
Well, I will say time blocking for sure. My calendar is pretty booked for the entire year until next year, to be honest. I literally have time blocks where I personal time, because I'm always busy and time with my kids, you know. But other than that, every minute of the day, there is something that I'm doing work related. The good thing is I've kind of autonomized every one of my companies so that I can respond wherever my phone is. You know, as long as I have Wi-Fi or a data connection, I can work. You know, and I utilize 2 different CRMs, to be honest, because each one has a maximum per month of emails that you can send out. So I have 2 different CRMs that I also keep on as apps on my phone so that I can maintain correspondence with each of the key members of all of my companies. And to me, my strength is identifying my own weaknesses and finding people who have the strength where I leave off, basically. And so I'm able to run all these companies successfully because I have great people helping me manage them.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty impressive. When I heard through the grapevine everything that you do, I was like, damn, like I thought I was busy. I thought, but I mean, I was more curious on you being an arms dealer, just to be honest, because I really do love guns.
Me too.
I mean, guns are just like, and let's be real. Like, I want to be honest. I probably have some liberal person on here that's going to freak out. Gun safety is important, right? Like, let's
learn how to use them. You know,
learn how to use them. But
if you're holding them up, make sure the person on the other end, you're prepared to shoot.
Yep. So next time I'm in Texas, I would love to go shooting, or next time you're in Florida, let's go.
Yeah, definitely.
But how can people get in touch with you if they want information about LPT, or if they want to sell a house, buy a house with you or your team? How can they get in touch with you?
I am always a phone call or a text message away. It's typically easier to text me because I'm pretty much always on my phone. So I can be on a Zoom call and text you at the same time. My phone number is 512-317-4116.
Dang, you put it out there.
Give me a call.
The second female that I did one of these with. Both of y'all were brave enough to put your number out there.
I have it on billboards. I mean, I am not hiding. If you want to find me, I'm right here. I will start something.
I love it. Well, she's one of the top. She's like one of the top leaders at LPT right now, and I know that's not going to change for a long, long time. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on here. If there's anything we could do for you in Colorado and Florida, I'd love to. And if you ever need me to come out to Texas, I like Texas. So I'll just shoot out there. So just let me know.
No pun intended. You just shoot out here.
Shit. Yeah.
Hey, it's Texas friendly. I mean, we're open carry state now, so come on.
Yeah. I think Florida's trying to go that route too, right?
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I got my concealed carry, so I'm like I'm always ready.
Right. Well, I'm glad that we're open carry now, so we don't have to worry about that.
Colorado was, and when I first moved, I know we were just ending it, but when I first moved to Colorado, I walked into a Safeway, which is a grocery store, and I looked at the guy, and he just had an open carry gun on there, and I look at my friend, I'm like, is that allowed here? They're like, yeah, it's an open carry state. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's awesome. Now all they need is a place where they can tie up their horse when they pull up.
Really?
Yes. Okay, we don't have many of those left in Texas anymore. But actually, okay, this is going off topic. But in Maui, I actually saw 3 different restaurants who literally have that where you can tie up your horse right there. And I was like,
in Maui?
Yes. It should be in Texas though.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna have to look for that next time I'm in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'll send you a picture of it.
Cool, send it. But I appreciate your time. I know you bring a ton of value to our company, to myself. I love listening to you chat and everything you bring to the table. So appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and get back to work.
I'm trying to keep up with you.